Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a doubleheader post-fight for the Wonder Boy card. I'll just do a quick rundown of who won, and then a pre-fight for Holloway versus Cater. So, quick rundown in the heavyweight division to kick off the main card for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Jeff Neal main card. Marcin Tybura TKO punches round 2 over Greg Hardy. Impressive win. Greg Hardy's never been knocked out. Bantamweight division next fight. Rob Font defeated Marlon Moraes TKO round 1. Very impressive knockout. Then in the welterweight division we had Michel Pereira versus Chaos Williams. Pereira won decision unanimous. And then bantamweight division in the co-main, we had Jose Aldo defeat Marlon Vera by unanimous decision, looking very impressive. Then in the welterweight main event, we had Stephen Wonderboy Thompson cleanly destroy Jeff Neal. Very impressive, 50-45 across the board. On to the pre-fight for this card, Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar featherweight clash. We have to kick off this main card. We have in the middleweight division, Punahele Soriano versus Dusko Tudorovic. I think I said that right. Hopefully I didn't butcher those names. Anyways, battle of undefeated, 7-0 versus 10-0. I'm going to go with Soriano here. I think he comes from the better training camp, better pedigree, but this is a coin toss. 51% chance he wins, 49% he loses. They're both talented middleweight prospects. Then also in the middleweight division, we have Joaquin Buckley versus Alessio Di Chirico, and I'm going to go with Joaquin Buckley here. I think Alessio is basically being thrown to being seen as a guy being thrown to the wolves, and justifiably so. Joaquin Buckley, talented fighter. After he had the massive knockout that went viral, we all thought, well, or at least I did, thought, well, maybe that's just a one-off ordeal. It's a fluke thing, and we're not going to see that again. Or it's going to get tougher for him. And so far, he's proven that he is talented and that good. Then, so I'm going to. Soriano I have by decision, by the way. Then, in this fight I have Buckley winning. I'll say second round knockout. Then in the welterweight division we have Santiago Ponzinibbio looking to be more consistent, fighting against Ling Jingliang. Now I've tooted the horn for Ling. I think he's insanely talented, but I think Santiago Ponzinibbio is just on another level, and him having commentated for UFC cards, I think, is giving him some good eye-opening experience to see a lot of high-level fights, to have him soak in this stage in his career. So I'm going to go with Santiago Ponzinibbio by unanimous decision here. Then in the co-main event in the welterweight division, we have Carlos, the Natural Born Killer Condit, versus Matt Brown. This one could go either way, but I'm going to go with Carlos Condit here by decision. I think he's just going to outclass Matt Brown. I think Matt Brown, he has hits and misses, and Carlos Condit was going off this big losing streak and just recently broke it. And I think his confidence is back, and I think this is a winnable fight for Carlos Condit, and he knows it. And I think he's focused, and he's not looking past Matt Brown, because he knows that he has a long ways to go before we even talk about him fighting a top 15, top 10 guy. So I think he gets it done by decision. Then in the featherweight division, we have former champ Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. I'm going to go with Calvin Kattar here. I'm going to say by decision, unanimous. I think this goes all 5 rounds. Max Holloway can really go the distance, and Calvin proved against Dan Ige they can go the distance. And I think both these guys have good head movement, good footwork, and they'll avoid being knocked out, and they'll just drag it out to a decision, and that's not a bad thing. You know, that goes to show talent and skill they have to be able to stand and bang for 5 rounds, and I think Calvin gets it done, unanimous decision. So there you have it. There's my predictions. I think this will be a overall better card than the last card. The last card wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing either. In terms of, you know, I mean, the matchups were fine, but just how the fights turned out was kind of lackluster. I think this one's going to be a little bit more exciting. So there you have it. Stay tuned for my post-fight show. Until then, see ya.